we're going to talk about being sick. Now, there are times that we feel unwell and we don't know how to explain what we feel, right? We don't know the right expressions, the right phrases that we use that explains that we are unwell. Okay, you go to a doctor, what do you tell him? He's not just going to say, okay, this is wrong with you. Well, you have to explain, right, what you feel, isn't it? So I'm going to help you with these expressions here, and little John, okay, he's John, he's going to help you out. He's going to explain you that he's sick and what phrases you would use to explain that you're unwell. Okay, so first we have to learn the words ache. Okay, these are the common words that we use to explain being sick. What is ache? Now, ache is a discomfort. It's an acute pain. It's a discomfort. It's a shooting pain. Okay, that is quite prolonged, and that's when you use the word ache. So you say, I have a headache. Okay, maybe you were not able to sleep last night, and now you have this sharp shooting pain. So you would say, I have a headache, or you have a bad cavity, or you have a bad tooth, like a decayed tooth, then you would say that I have a toothache. Okay, so these are the types of aches that you have. If your ear is itchy, it's hurting, then you would say earache. Now, there are people who also use the word hurt, like they would say my head hurts or my tummy hurts. Okay, hurt is, well, the exact meaning of the word hurt is injury. Okay, you injure yourself, and that's when you say that, oh, I hurt myself. However, people do use the word hurt when they have to explain that my head hurts or my shoulder hurts. Okay, it's more like a slang. Okay, it's more used like a slang, right? So we learned the word ache. And now let's look at an infection. This is another word that we commonly use. What's an infection? Infection is the germs, the bacteria, or the virus that attacks once you come in contact, that attacks our body parts, okay? So you might have heard people having an eye infection, okay? People having a throat infection, or even an ear infection. Okay, so you really can't see these bacteria or the germs, but it's just basically it attacks your body parts, and that causes an infection. Again, it's quite painful. Okay, it's you get really irritated with that pain. So that's infection. Okay, we have another one here for you is sore. Now, sore is again, it causes a lot of pain. It's quite irritating. It causes a lot of discomfort. Like you have sore eyes. You know, you might have seen people keep rubbing their eyes and they really turned red. So that's when they say that I have sore eyes. Or sore neck. You know, sore neck is basically it's quite painful. You're unable to swallow food, then you would say that you have a sore throat. Okay, so that's when you use the word sore, right? So we're gonna have a look at this little John here. Okay, as I said, that when you have a sharp shooting pain in your head, like your head is spinning, you feel faint, you would say that I have a headache, or you can say I feel dizzy. Okay, I feel dizzy. Or maybe you had too much of alcohol last night, you partied really hard, enjoyed your night, and now the next morning it's very difficult to go back to work and you're just not able to wake up because your head hurts. Then you would say that I am having a bad hangover. Okay, that's when you say I'm having a bad hangover. Okay, so be careful, only party on the weekends like Saturday nights, so that you don't have to worry about your hangover the next day. Okay, so let's look at his eyes. As we learned that you either have an eye infection. Where is it? Okay, it's right here. You have an eye infection, okay, or you have itchy eyes, watery eyes. Okay, so that explains that you have an eye infection. Now we have a nose. Lies all the problem right here, the nose. Now, nose, you either have runny nose. You know, you might have seen people keep doing this. Okay, they keep doing that. Now, what is that? So they have a runny nose. Your nose is not really running, but it's just flowing out. The mucus, basically the bacteria is called mucus, so that's flowing out constantly, and that's when you say that I have a runny nose. Okay. Now people also have, now with the cold, okay, either people have runny nose or people are sneezing constantly, or if they have a bad cold, they are unable to breathe, okay, it's very difficult for them to breathe. So they would say that I have a blocked nose, okay, I have a blocked nose, or you can say I have a nasal congestion, okay, a nasal congestion. All right, so that's where all the problems are, the nose. And we also would look at our teeth, as we learned that we have a toothache. So if it's a cavity or you have a decayed tooth, then you would say that I have a toothache. So you have to go run to the dentist, okay? It's the dentist who would help you with your toothache, okay? So that's when you talk about your teeth, okay? The next is your throat. As we learned here, your sore throat. Sore throat is when you are unable to swallow food, okay? It's actually red from inside, not from outside. Okay, from inside it's really red, it's itchy, okay? It causes you a lot of discomfort. So that is when we say that I have a sore throat. And the ears, the nose and the throat is very much connected, so you go to an ENT specialist, okay? The doctor is called as an ENT specialist. That stands for ear, nose and throat, okay? ENT specialist. All right, now let's come down here, the shoulder. Now shoulder, you might have heard people saying, oh, I have a stiff shoulder, or people also say I have a frozen shoulder. Now what's a frozen shoulder? It basically restricts your movement, okay? You're unable to pick up your hand, you're unable to play badminton probably, okay? So basically it causes a lot of pain also. So that is when you say that I have a frozen shoulder, okay? All right, so that's when you say frozen shoulder. Now let's look at your stomach. Now there are these ladies who are trying to fit themselves into beautiful black dresses and they are not able to fit in. So this means they either have gained weight, of course, or they have a bloated tummy, okay? They have a bloated tummy or a bloated stomach, okay? You can also say they have a bloated belly. Now you might have also heard people, especially I have come across people who say, oh, I have bad gas. What is bad gas, okay? It's just so funny. I find it so hilarious. No, we don't say I have bad gas, okay? Gas, if you say that I have bad gas, I would say, okay, let me go take my car for a refill, okay? So we do not use that, okay? It's incorrect. You would say that I have a bloated stomach. It really means that excessive gas has built up, maybe because of indigestion, okay? You ate something bad and it's not digested. So that's when you say that I have a bloated stomach or a bloated belly, okay? Let's look at constipation. Constipation, okay, what is constipation? Now constipation is basically irregular bowel movements, okay? You really want to go to the washroom, to the loo, and you want to pass motions, but it's just not coming. You are so unsuccessful, it's just not coming, oh my God. So that's when you say that I am constipated, okay? I feel constipated, all right? Whereas diarrhea is a little opposite, okay? Diarrhea is that you keep going like almost 100 rounds to the washroom and you keep passing loose motions, okay? It's a little stinky too, okay? So that's when you say that I have diarrhea, okay? Now, we learned a lot of things here, okay? About headaches, about toothaches, about bloated stomach, constipation, but let's look at cramps, okay? Now, what are cramps? Cramps are basically muscle contraction that causes a lot of pain, okay? Especially when you're running and, you know, suddenly you get this bad cramp. You know, you might have heard people saying, oh my God, I just cramped my leg or something. So that means that it's a muscular discomfort, okay? So people also say spasms, okay? Spasms, okay? All right. And sprain, what is sprain? Like if you twist your leg or you twist your foot, okay? That's when you say that, oh, I sprained my foot, okay? You're trying to wear these high heels, especially these young girls, okay? They try to walk with these beautiful, wonderful high heels and they kind of twist their leg. That's when we say that they sprain their leg. It's, of course, it's painful, okay? It is very much painful. It causes a lot of discomfort, but we use the word sprain. That's the right word, okay? And, okay, now we learned about our sickness, different expressions, different words that you would use, but we also have something called allergy. Okay, now what's allergy? You might have heard people saying, oh, I'm allergic to that person, he just talks a lot. Okay, that's not what I mean here. Allergies, people have a lot of various allergies, like either food allergies, okay, they eat something wrong and they get these rashes all over their body and they have to rush to the doctor. Or people also have dust allergy, okay, like if you are in a very polluted area and you come in contact with a lot of dust, then people get dust allergy, okay? So that's when we say, oh, I have an allergy, or I'm allergic to dust, or I'm allergic to grapes. Honestly, I am really allergic to grapes. So, okay, that's when you have an allergy. And we have flu. Now, flu, people say that I'm down with flu is basically, again, a viral infection, okay? In flu, your head hurts, okay? You really have this bad headache, you have runny nose, and you have sore throat, okay? So that's when you have flu. I mean, basically these are the symptoms of flu, okay? And injury is when you hurt yourself, okay? You see kids running around and maybe they bumped into something and they fell down and they got hurt. Their knees started bleeding, okay? So that's when they would say that it's an injury, okay? I hurt myself or I hurt my knee. Okay, so these are some words that you need to know, okay? Now, prescription. What is a prescription? You go to a doctor, the doctor would write various medicines that you need to take in the morning, you need to take in the evening, before you sleep. Okay, so that's prescription. Okay, so he prescribes medicines, and with that prescription note, you go to a pharmacy. Okay, you go to a pharmacy to buy medicines. Okay, that's where you get your medicines. Okay, we also call it as a drugstore. A drugstore. Okay, so where you get all your medicines. Okay, so these are the various words. I would also like to mention that in English, when you have to eat your medicines, you always use the word take. Okay, please do remember this. Be it liquids, be it tablets, be it pills. Okay, make sure that you would say that I took an aspirin for my headache, or I take vitamins every day. Okay, so always use the word take. All right, so keep that in mind, and I hope the little John was a little successful explaining you about his sickness. I hope you never ever have to use these phrases. Just stay healthy, but if in case you have to, I hope this lesson would help you out. I'll be back with a new lesson soon. You take care and have a great day.